This interview is for information only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy shares in the company featured. Welcome to this Stock Box interview.
Well, joining me today is Dennis Edmonds, the CEO of Kazera Global. Thank you very much for joining me. We're here at the UK Investor Show. It's the first time that we've met, the first time that we're speaking together. So can you just introduce the company for us, first of all? Give us the high-level overview.
Certainly, Mark. Great to be here. Kazera is a investment company in mining stocks, in mining assets. We have a combination of diamonds. We have heavy mineral sands, we have tantalum, and we have lithium, all based in Southern Africa.
Okay, so are you direct operators of these projects, or are they purely from an investment point of view?
No, we're direct operators.
You're direct operators, yeah. Okay, so you've got a lot of different things that are all in the mining commodity space, but diamonds is a slightly unusual one there, perhaps. What's the appeal with diamonds? Diamonds
for us were the first company which we got involved when we reinvented the company essentially 2 years ago. Diamonds we saw as being a relatively quick way to get to cash, and that is what they've proven to be. We are been mining diamonds now for some considerable time, to be selling diamonds on a more successful basis than we have been up to now. We've had problems up to now because of the way the diamonds have been sold. Okay, and where is this diamond project globally? So that is in the northwestern part of South Africa, just below the Namibian border. Okay, and what's that been like as a jurisdiction to work in then? Any problems or not? It's been a good jurisdiction in that it's a long way away from any of the problems that sometimes are associated with South Africa. And it's also been a good jurisdiction because it's an area where diamonds have been mined for the last 100 years. Yeah. So there's a big history and background of diamond mining in that area. But you say it's producing then, so you are revenue generating? We're generating diamonds because of the relationship that all diamonds are sold by Alexcor, which is a government-owned company. We've had some difficulties in getting to sales. We've overcome those now by introducing our own pan plant and our own jig, which means that we now will be able to participate in sales every 6 weeks, which will make an enormous difference to cash flow. Indeed. And when do you expect that to happen? From now. The Bushman jig was actually installed on the plant today. So do you have an idea of projected revenues or cash flow? Projected revenues, diamonds will produce around $50,000 a month of profit. Okay. Now your current market cap, 8.5 million, you're going to get cash flow of 50,000. So, I mean, that seems relatively cheap to me. What are you? It's a lot cheaper if you take into account that we are rebuilding our plant for tantalum and lithium in Namibia. That plant will come on stream within the next 2 months. Okay. And that will mean that our volumes of tantalum being produced will be increased by more than 10 times. Okay. The consequence of that is that we will be producing probably around $750,000 a month of revenue from tantalum sales alone. $750,000 per month from the tantalum alone? Yeah. Plus the 50,000 from diamonds, okay. Plus in 3-4 months' time, lithium will come on board, and the lithium will roughly equate to the same sort of profits as the tantalum. As the tantalum. Or better. Okay. Well, those are significant numbers. So. Well, there's another number, and that is the heavy minerals. Heavy mineral sands. Heavy mineral sands we got the permit for in August. There have been a few things we need to get sorted out. We have now started operating, and we anticipate selling our first 1,000 tons of heavy mineral sands at the end of November or during December. Okay. Wow. So these are all going into production. They're going to be generating revenue. So you picked these up later stage then? There was not much work to do, or have you spent a long time getting these ready for this stage? It's been a varied situation. It's been a question of finding things we thought we could turn around. Yeah. Depending on the stage, it wasn't too important. But finding things we thought we could turn around, and then we've been lucky enough to successfully do that. Wow. Okay. So how come do you think that does the market just not recognise the value in the company? I mean, what are the plans when you generate revenue? Is it to start to pay dividends or to inject it back into a new project? Mark, it's a good question. I think there are a lot of different possibilities. I think when we start to generate revenues, we are likely to see people approaching us to buy some of those assets. Mm-hmm. We've certainly had approaches with some of them already. And when that happens, we might well, if the offer is good enough, accept it. If we accept it, we'll be then receiving reasonable amounts of cash into the company, and that they will be using probably, what we'll be certainly doing, a large part of it will get paid back to investors, and then part of it will be retained for other investments. We've got other opportunities. We're looking at a project in Buru Hills in Kenya, which is rare earths, which again, once we've shown it's got a JORC resource, which will take us 6 months, will have a much greater value to what we're paying at the moment. So there's a lot of possibilities.
How long have you been listed on the LSE? The ticker, I should say, is KZG.
We're listed on AIM, and we have been as Kennedy Ventures for quite some time.
Okay, quite some time. Okay, I find it very interesting. I've never come across you, so thank you for the insight into what's going on, because there's some serious numbers you're talking about there. There's nothing preventing that. There may be small risk potentially, but as far as you can see, that's going to happen, all of these things?
The risk is I agree with you, it's very small. We've already got $7.5 million committed to the company, which covers all the costs and everything else we need to do. So we're not expecting money, we're not raising money, we don't need money. And we've got 4 different potential revenue streams all coming together within the next 6 months. So the risk is spread. And I think very small. Okay.
Do you think the sort of recent market conditions have been driving the share price low? I mean, how is it? You think? Yeah, is that a big factor?
I think that has been a big factor. A lot of people have been selling and taking profits where they can.
Yeah.
And the fact is that you can sell shares in Kazera because people will buy them.
Right. Okay. What's your general outlook then? Can I ask you for perhaps the markets in the short term, but also particularly with regards to commodities that the company is involved in?
I think lithium is clearly an asset of the future, so that's a great place. Tantalum is a essential commodity for all electrical goods, lots of electrical goods. So that's got a great market going forward. Diamonds have a strong cultural attraction. Heavy mineral sands are used in industrial applications. So it's a good portfolio, a good cross section. Markets go down, markets go up. They will go up again, no question.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, Dennis Edmonds, CEO of Kazera Resources, for your time today.
Thank you.
If you enjoyed this interview, then give us a thumbs up, a like or a retweet. Subscribe to us on YouTube or follow us on Twitter and hit that notification bell to be the first to know when we release new content. There's loads of great content on our website too, across all our programs at stockboxmedia.com. Thank you for watching.